It is December 1st. It's December 1st over there where you at?
Yes.
Oh, man. All right. How'd you make out?
Everything's done. So now I'm waiting. I sent him the email. What was the other thing? I've got the claim number I emailed to you from the Federal Trade Commission.
Woo! Wait! My man. So did you do it over the line or did you talk to somebody?
I talked to somebody.
Oh, so they walked you through it.
Yeah, you told me to call.
I know I told you to call, but what happens is they could have said we don't do it now. I remember when I did it because last time I did it was 2016. So I just was one. I'm glad that you did that. You like you said, you followed it to the T. How you feel though? That's what I want to know.
Dude, I feel like Mike Tyson. I wish I was like him, but man, I want to fight and get my access to my young children back. I'm ready.
Yeah, I know, but what I was kind of hinting on is you don't feel like your attorney did you wrong, like, and you got
Hell
some.
yes. Dude, you know what? As a matter of fact, I wish I could send you the conversation I had with a lady. I said, I think this guy's been doing this to dudes for years down here.
Mhm.
Just saying, hey, I know the judge, I can win that. I said, he abandoned me. You know, I mean, there was literally 3 or 4 minutes spent on the whole thing. And,
Wow.
yeah,
And you told her you went to court and they said nothing was filed. You told her that?
yeah,
I'm,
all
I'm
of it. I
listen.
recorded it too.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I recorded that conversation too, so
Yeah.
in case you wanted to hear it. Or,
Yeah, I do. Could you send it to me?
yeah.
So listen. The reason why I'm glad is because a lot of you guys don't understand that this process is a lot of victories. It's not just one main victory. It's a lot of victories. You need it's a lot of movable parts, and one part affects the other. It does. One part
I get it now. I get it. I didn't understand it a couple weeks ago, and I thought about it and looking at what's happened. I was like, oh, this is precept upon precept here that builds a big foundation to say, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like looking at a tree and there's only one branch, and you're saying, wow, that tree next to it looks like it's the same type of tree and a whole bunch of things branching off. And now that I'm getting trees cut in my yard, I had to understand how roots really worked from the perspective of the guy that's going to grind my stumps down is somebody else. And he was like, he came Friday, and he was like, this stump would have still asked those roots to provide some stuff for it to grow. That's how it works. And I think I understand that, but so I said to him, so the roots is going to still be in the ground. And he said, yeah, but there's nothing to ask it for nourishment, so they'll die.
Wow.
And I said, holy shit. Like, he couldn't have said it any simpler than that. He was like, I said, yeah, but even though you grinding a stump down, the roots is still going to be there. Then he was like, he gave me this look like, you really don't fucking get it, do you? He said, there will be nothing asked. The roots are on their own now. What are they nurturing? The stump, I'm grinding the stump away. I don't have to grind the roots away. The stump is going to still be, and I was like, cool. And so my point in the lesson, that what I'm trying to say, which is lateral to that, is the ultimate game is in the future or anytime. You want to hire somebody and have them do the fucking job. And like you said, you said, I feel as though he's done this before. Right?
Yeah.
He will be conscious of it when he does it again.
Yeah.
That's all. You know, and this is why I try to, you know, what you guys want from me is one thing, but man, I want to punch you guys in the head with a lesson, because I want you to be done with me and be happy. I really want somebody else to say, my attorney screwed me over. And I want you to say, bull. And I want them to say, no, I'm telling you, Nah, I want you to be that other guy. That's what I
Good
want.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I'm helping a father and son client, and it is. I mean, a mother and son, and the son is telling the mom like, you know, the things that he think of and this and that, and she was really agitated. She was very agitated, and and now she's calm, cool, and collective. She was threatened by the trustee last week, and she just was like, "Well, I'm not doing nothing you asking me to do." And it's like, yeah, unless you commit a crime, then you stand in front of a judge and get treated like a POS. But if not, every time somebody do something wrong, you should be mad as all hell. So, did you send him the number?
The claim number? I didn't know. I didn't. You didn't tell me to do anything.
No,
after
no,
that.
I know.
I said that on it.
So, how do you want to serve this up?
What's my options? Do we have to?
Um,
I'm largely deferring to you in your experience on this stuff, and I know you don't get everything right. You're a human, but I like the way you're going, and I want to redeem my name to my family, even in front of my son. Wants to see that these lies that have been told is just garbage.
well, I'm gonna tell you personally. I just added what you did to the arsenal 2 days before you did it. I had somebody else do it, and it's really starting to stink. And I apologize to everybody that dealt with me 20 years ago and even 5 years ago. But the longer and longer and longer I stay into it, the more and more and more I read the perspective of all these agencies. When you're a licensed individual and you are a business, then you got rules that you need to abide by. And the days of just saying that I'm gonna just do this to people, if I die tomorrow, you can carry it on and say, nah, this is what you do. Call these people and do that. So
Not yet. I'm getting there though. This in the background plan for me is I'm going to be live and helping guys here locally first, and always right here where I am, because
Right.
what I've been through, man, I can't believe dudes are out here by themselves going through this. No wonder they whack themselves. No wonder.
Yeah, and that's the big monster in the room. And part of so I'll give you an example. I never believed nothing when I heard people saying I went to court. The judge raped me. I went to court. They took my kid away from me. You talking to somebody that didn't believe none of it. 2 restraining orders. I'm still a non-believer. I don't believe it to this day. To this day, December 1st, 2025, I don't believe it. I just don't. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I do believe. I do believe a person is afraid to write the judge a letter and say, "Hey, when we was in court the other day, you got that off. It's my turn." If you really think you're gonna do that, if you think you crazy, yep, do that,
Wow.
and the judge will say, "What the fuck? Yeah." Because I can't tell you this while we're in court, but I tell you what, I'm gonna write you a letter. As I wrote the judge a letter one time and said, "Listen, man, I'm not coming there. I'm gonna be too busy washing my feet." I told one judge, when I get there on Thursday, don't act like a gangster with a robe on. Why am I doing? What makes me so fucking special? When have you heard me say I got? When have you heard me?
It's brainwashing. It's brainwashing that we've all been under. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And you come out of it.
Yeah,
You come out of it. You're pointing the way.
Yeah,
And people have a hard time
thank you,
believing you.
thank you, my man. Because when have you ever heard me say I got held in contempt for other than non-payment and walked out of that? Kenneth Brooks, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Call him and say, the only guy that ever walked out of a child support hearing got held, no, let me back that up. Got walked out of Monroe County Corrections, didn't pay a dime. I'm the only one. What makes me so fucking special? Because I don't believe the hype. I don't believe it. I believe it's all smoke and mirrors. I believe it's bullshit. When people, I had a client today in the case, I use case law. I started falling asleep. Falling asleep. What you use case law for? Yeah. You do know the difference. A person can, so which case you use? The case of Hall versus Hall. Okay. Those are white people. Yeah. You black. Yeah. That's the difference right there. How you going to use that? The case of Hall versus Hall. Okay. That was a case where the guy, the wife was a millionaire you work at McDonald's, motherfucker. What are you? It ain't the same. There are no two cases the same. That's why I don't believe it. People say to me, I don't use none of that nonsense. I don't. I use good old-fashioned litigation. Good old-fashioned common sense. You said what? You said you're going to take my kid away from me based on what? You're a judge. Who are you? What are you basing this on? Individuals run around here and just act like the judge in Brooklyn. Oh, you gonna go tell on me? You're not gonna let me route you in your ass? Oh, move all his cases off the calendar. I told him. When my client called me up, I started laughing. Hey man, that was a knee-jerk reaction, man. Yeah, but such and such and such is up. 3 days later, 3 days after we filed all this stuff got put back on the docket. I said, are you a fucking believer now? Are you a fucking believer? Do it take a while to get traction? Yes, it does. Yep. But you keep at it and you let them know and you go in there and just the key to this entire thing is, you ready for it?
Go ahead.
Do not respect them at all. Don't respect them. When that judge kept talking, I object. That ain't what I asked you. Okay, well, what did you ask me? I asked you, are you saying that you can go ahead and put this in and she ain't asked for it? Well, that's not what I asked you. Be quiet, let the judge talk. I laughed at him. You funny. You funny. If the judge ain't saying nothing, what the fuck makes you think you're a bailiff? Makes you think you can say something? And the key thing when I had my mom in my life before she went hating on me, my mom used to always say to me, Chris, you always have to use your intellect. You're too big to use your anger. If my mom would have never taught me that, I probably would have got locked up a couple of times. So I always use my intellect. I never use my anger. I sit back and just be like, okay, he said that thinking that was going to hurt my feelings. Oh, he said that because he thought. I'm just dissecting when they saying stuff. And then when I'm done, I just annihilate them. I annihilate them. I was the union representative at the post office. So I was doing litigation there. So I'm not one that's trying to, I'm not understanding why anybody would respect the courts when the courts is trying to destroy you and take your kids away from you and make you think you did all this stuff and there's no proof. How? So that's what it gets down to. So basically, the only thing to do now, email him the case number and say, give me my money back. Recuse yourself by close of business tomorrow.
Okay.
That's all. Nothing else. So we can move forward.
Okay. I'm on it.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, my man.
And then after that, we're gonna get ready. I'm gonna have to participate in suing my son's ex. Right? That's coming up.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when you do that, and we on it.
Okay.
All right.
It'll get done today.
Okay, my man.
Should I type in consultation tomorrow, or after it's done? Or should I just wait?
Yeah, consultation.
All right, Chris.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
My man.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Y'all have to start understanding, like I tell individuals, if you did not do anything wrong, what are you scared of? Ask yourself that. 732-875-9111 when you're ready for a consultation. We'll be here.